Everyone, and welcome to the first in a series of tutorials in creating audio reactive visuals using Unity 3D. Now, this tutorial series is split into 6 parts. This first one is just a brief introduction to the project and just how I can show you how to use the project and talk a bit about what we will be doing. First of all, just when you're approaching this tutorial series, it is expected that you do have a basic working knowledge of Unity 3D and that you have a basic knowledge of C# programming. We do in this project include all of the scripts and the example project for you to peruse. We have each of the tutorials in here broken down into individual folders so you can access each script at each iteration along the way. We've got different materials and prefabs, and each tutorial has its own scene as well. So for example, I can fire up the next tutorial here and hit play. And this is the outcome of the very first tutorial. Now, if you get stuck at any point, the scripts are all here for you to check out. But for the most part, try and follow along by yourself without having to access the scripts. I've used a lot of audio reactive visuals in my work and in my creating visuals and for festivals and VJing and that kind of stuff. It's really good fun, and it's really nice to give people the skills that they need to start using Unity for things outside of games. So, what is it that we are actually doing? So, we are using frequency analysis, which is breaking the different frequencies of a musical track up into different sections and then reading how strong they are, essentially. Now, there is one script in this project which we aren't going to code by ourselves, and that's this frequency band analyzer. Now, this is a pretty complex script in that there's some decent maths in here, so it wasn't a whole bunch of stuff that I really wanted to go into, and I wanted to kind of focus more on the creative side of things. But what we essentially have here is a script which takes an audio file and splits it either into 8 bands between these ranges of hertz or 64 bands, and we're going to use that in a variety of ways. So to do that, I'll just quickly play this for you, and so you can see how it works in practice. So here we can see, let's give that a bit more scale. So you can see on this top line here that we have the synth frequencies. Bottom one, we see we've got the snare frequencies. We can see, the drum frequencies. So we can see the snares picking up around here. You can hear when the kick comes in, it picks up at the lower end of the frequency spectrum. And now we're getting atmospherics coming in here. So this is actually 4 different tracks that have been broken up into their own they're called stems. So a friend of mine has written a track and then broken it up into its constituent stems so we can analyze them separately so we don't end up with muddy frequencies. So it's easy to pull out things like bass and drum and atmospheric so we can use them to drive different visual qualities. Okay, so from here, what we're going to be doing is diving straight into how do we take these frequencies and start making something move? How do we make our own audio reactive visuals? And that will be tutorial number 2, making cubes move.